Hi guys, welcome back to Chinese CCG Store. I'm here with another market watch today. I apologize I haven't done a video this week, I guess since Saturday. Just been kind of waiting for the tins to drop and hoping that the ban list was going to come out, but it never did. So we'll just go ahead and do a market watch anyways, and hope that the ban list comes out soon and shakes things up a bit. First, a little bit of a penny stock here. We have relinquished Anima. I do believe I picked up mine for a little under a dollar, or like at a dollar or so. But they are now 163 lowest, really around $2 if you factor in shipping, and bottoming out towards two to $3 with shipping, which is still not bad. There's still multiple copies available, at these lower prices. I would suggest picking a few up. You don't need to go crazy and buy like 20 or 30. You can if you want, but I would maybe just pick up a playset or two. It's just a card that's going to see play, here and there. It's definitely still a staple in Drytron, as far as I know, as like one copy. But it does come up in other decks too, like you can play it in Altergeist, various other level 1 decks. But just something to keep your eye on. I do think this will move up slightly over time. Probably not anything crazy, but I could see this card at around $4 to $5. So just something to keep your eye on. Next is Cyber Angel Benton. From Dragons of Legend Unleashed, the original secret rare. This does have a reprint now as ultra rare in the, I guess, Lost Art promotion, but I still prefer the secret rare. I think the secret rare is really clean. And I don't know. I think most people would probably just rather play the secret rare, especially since the Lost Art doesn't really change that much in the art, really, in my opinion. But right now, lowest 350, which is really low. I can see this card coming back to 3 copies. I think Drytrons aren't that big of a threat, so I think it would be fair for them to get this at 3, especially if EVA remains on the list, which I think it will. But after that's sold at 350, it does go to 575, $6. So just something to keep your eye on as well. I haven't picked up any yet, but I figured I'd let you guys know that there was a couple of copies that were really cheap and maybe come pick them up. If it does come back to 3, I do imagine there'll be a temporary spike. Probably not to anything over $10, but maybe towards like $7, $8. Next is, so for the 10s, I am going to go over a few reprints that I think you should keep your eye on right now. I do think it's kind of overpriced on some of the copies of card or some cards right now, like particularly Pot of Prosperity. But there are a few cards that no one's really looking at, and Small World's kind of one of them. But I do think people are looking at it more now than they were on pre-sale. I did pre-sale order my Small Worlds for $1.90, $2, something like that. And it does look like it's moving back up towards the $3 range, and it's low on listings, although there isn't a lot of listings yet for any card. Personally, I ordered a case, and my case is still being shipped to me. So, maybe some other people just haven't got theirs in yet as well. But these secret rares from Burst of Destiny, the original print, are around $6 to $7. I do prefer the original secret rares. I think they look a lot better. I think the regular secret rare kind of fits the artwork better. But I think the prismatics don't look bad either. And, if you can get them for under $3, I still think that's a good deal as well. But something to keep your eye on. I would definitely make sure that you have a play set of either one of them. If not for investment wise, just for play. You never know when you're going to need this card. There's been plenty of times when I've wanted to test this card, but before it was like $30, $35. It just seemed expensive to try to play around with. But now definitely a good time to scoop some of these. And if you want, you could wait, maybe till the end of next week to pick these up. But I do think people will start to notice this card. Okay, next, yes, still in the same theme here. A couple of cards I noticed that are low in price from the 10s. First is Phoenix Enforcer. They were pre-selling around $8 to $10. They're down to 530 here, going up towards 6, but free shipping. A good card to order a playset of, honestly. I could see at some point in the future, maybe not this next list, but then bringing Fusion Destiny back to 3, especially if Verte stays out of the game. To me personally, I think it would be fair to bring to 3. Like you still have to play 2 Garnets in your deck to even attempt to play this card. So a lot of games you're going to be drawing one of those Garnets and not drawing your Fusion Destiny. So people are going to have to weigh if it's worth it. So to me, I think it's fine to come back to 3, as long as Verte stays on the list. but $5 is still really low because hero players are still going to play this card. And I do think this is going to be one of those cards that just casually increases in price over time. Along with that, Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. There's still not a lot of reprints for this card in general, but we are getting another common confirmed in the Crystal Beast structure deck. But with that said, under $4 for a secret rare Ghost Bell is just ridiculous to me. Like, I would pick these up. These aren't like the easiest to pull either. I've seen a lot of people only pull one per case, which is the standard ratio. But if you've seen a lot of people opening the 10s, it's all over the place. Sometimes you'll pull a play set of one secret and not pull multiple secrets in one set, or you might pull like multiple Dark Magician Girls. I've seen everything. So if you are considering ordering the 10s, I would probably advise against it at this point, honestly. If you want to open a case or a couple of 10s for fun, I get it. If you want to play the lottery, because from what I've seen, you might have a case that's like a God box where you have 3 lightning storms, a couple droplets, a pot of prosperity, and a couple Dark Magician Girls. I think like if you go look at Simply Unlucky's, I think it was one case that he did. It was like absolutely insane. He pulled a Blue Eyes and 2 Dark Magician Girls, a play set of lightning storms, 2 ashes. It was just insane. But I've also heard of people doing really bad on cases as well. So just keep that in mind. I definitely wouldn't be ordering multiple cases to open. If you wanted to order them and sit on the sealed, that's fine. Honestly, I do think this set will age well. But yeah, just keep that risk in mind. Ecclesia is also not bad at 360. I still think the secrets are up around 12 to 15. But honestly, at this price, I think you're better off just to get this version than the original print. I don't think the original print should be worth, 2 to 3 times this amount, but that's just me personally. I think, oh yeah, so Lord of the Heavenly Prison as well. Something to keep your eye on to try to get under $3. This is another card that I ordered for under $2 on pre-sale. I usually don't order pre-sale, but this Ash Blossom and Small World, I ordered all of those on pre-sale just because they were so low in price that it seemed not worth the risk to wait, which happens every once in a while. It doesn't happen that often. But those are the main cards I wanted to go through on the Mega 10s. Next, I'm going to go through some Dragon Link cards. And the reason is we are getting I believe it's in Darkwing Blast, we're getting Abyssdead, which is a dragon archetype, incredibly broken, really generic, especially for a dragon deck. I do think it's going to be incorporated in Dragon Link as well as some other archetypes, but I do think it's going to make Dragon Link a lot more competitively viable. And actually, I didn't even know about this archetype. I guess it has been like announced a while ago, but somehow I missed it. But I did recently build Dragon Link, pretty high rarity, just because it's a good deck to have around. But I am excited for that to come out. That would be pretty cool. But I do think these Dragon Link cards will probably start increasing in price. If you look at the OCG meta breakdown, if it's not in the other like category of like just the miscellaneous decks, the only decks that I'm seeing top are Abyssdead variants. I believe, no, there was no Ex's Sister, maybe like one out of the others, but there was Abyssdead in different variants, of course. Tearlaments, of course, being the most dominant, and then Sprites. And I think that was pretty much it. I didn't see anything else that was like dominant enough that it didn't fit into like the other category where you just have a bunch of one-off decks. So I do think Abyssdead will be pretty good. Chaos Space here, starting off at $12. I was lucky enough to order my playset for around 10 when it kind of dipped in price. 10 a piece, of course, not 10 total, but I do think this card will go up. And I'm really surprised they haven't reprinted this card yet, but at this point, I don't know where they would really put it. Maybe like in the Magnificent Maidens or whatever that set's called, possibly put this in there, but I think this might not even be on their radar, honestly. This is kind of getting old at this point. Toon Chaos came out in, I guess, 2020. So we're going on almost 3 years, I guess 2.5 or so years since this card was originally printed, which is crazy, honestly. Next is Starliege Safer. So there's an ultra rare reprint of this card as well. Of course, the commons from the structure deck, Albaz structure deck. But I do like the secret rare, and I do think people are gonna definitely want to grab this if they are playing Dragon Link, because this card is absolutely gorgeous as secret rare. Starting off here at $9, which is about what I paid as well. I mean, I literally just got mine in 2 days ago, and then going up to about $10 to $11. Something to keep your eye on. Not sure how much this will go up by, honestly, if it turns out to be a dominant strategy with Abyssdead, but I do think that it will go up in price. And if you are wanting to build Dragon Link when Abyssdead comes out, you need to go ahead and start picking these cards up before the release of that, or as we get closer to that, because people are going to start picking these up. Real quick though, we'll look at the other versions. I know the common is less than $1. So if you want to try to build the core really cheap, you pretty much can. So the ultra rare is $1.50, going up to $2. Not bad either. That's a good option as well if you want to have kind of have some bling to your deck, but not go for like the max rarity version. And then commons are 11 cents, literally free shipping. I guess that's because I'm subscribed, but that's still pretty good as well. Next is quick launch. Kind of doesn't really matter what version of Dragon Link you're playing. You're going to be playing quick launch. This card's just broken. It's an emergency teleport. Doesn't lock you into anything. It's a really broken card. I'm surprised they haven't hit at some point. But right now, the original print's going for $7.75, which isn't bad at all, honestly. And then the reprints are going for under $4, which is really good as well. I actually got the reprint secret rares, which I kind of regret not getting the original prints, but at the same time, like, it's still a secret rare, and I'm definitely happy with paying half the price to get a playset of the reprint secret rares. You also have commons going for around roughly the same price as the reprint secret rare, so definitely don't do that. Just go ahead and get the reprint secret rare. But definitely a good safe card to invest into if you're trying to profit off of Dragon Link getting good again with Abyssdead. Or if you want to build this deck, this is one of the most important cards. Next is Striker Dragon. Obviously this is limited to one. But actually, if you look at the Abyssdead cards, they also allow you to spin. There's a spell card that allows you to spin back banished monsters, which are banished, I think, light and dark, I believe. I have to remember, but it's something like that. It lets you spin back banished monsters. That's what I know. So it would be kind of cool to see this get spun back to the extra deck, even though you're not going to be playing more than one boot sector launch. But it still is a good start regardless. But anyways, there are 3 prints of this, the rare being around 50 cents, which I could actually see being like $1 plus card, maybe like $1.25. But the original ultra rare is $1.20, which is not bad. I actually do think the original print ultra rare looks pretty cool. But personally, I think the secret rare is definitely the best here. The prismatic secret rare really fits the artwork personally, and these are still like $1. Well, there's one copy here for $1 before it goes to 2. But let's look at the prices and see kind of what it's going to bottom out here at. Yeah, so it kind of solidly gets into the $2 to $2.50 range. You do have a good option here if you want to pick up multiple copies for $1.75. Worth it for the 99-cent shipping because you could order 5 copies. Again, you only need 1 copy for your deck personally, but if you're going to resell them, that's a really good price as well. Next is Drytron Nova. So I talked about this card when it was around $8 to $10, because we were going to get the Diviner of the Herald reprint, which I think currently Drytron is still playing at least 1 copy, 2 maximum, but at least 1. Which brought the total price of the deck down quite a bit, obviously, especially if you're playing 2 copies. So this did shoot up from around $10 or $11 up to, this says 13, but you've got the $4 shipping. So realistically $17 here. And then bottoming out towards 20. So if you pick these up, you won. If you want to get rid of these at 20, I think that's a fair price to get rid of them. I do think that Drytrons are always going to be a good rogue strategy. Especially if they get Ben 10 back to 3, which I think is probably I would say like a 60 to 70% chance of that happening. I think the deck will be pretty consistent at what it does personally. Actually, let's look real quick. I'm going to see what the the ritual spell is going for, which I did pick up a collector's rare, one copy, because you only need one copy in the deck. And I do have most of the deck. I just need to buy my Novas, which unfortunately I didn't buy them when I told you to buy them. But I kind of forgot about it. But looks amazing. These are going for 35 if you want to pick one up. And I think that's a pretty good deal. They were going for 65 like around the time they came out. Okay, let's skip through all the collector's rares here. Yep, still $35 here. Really good deal. Unfortunately, mine did come with the print error where it's got like a little bit of the gunk on the front, but it's not super bad. And the rest of the card's in good condition, so I didn't really complain about it. But yeah, that was kind of a problem with Genesis Impact. Beat Cop is down again. That had hyped up quite a bit. Also, but like these other Drytron cards, like specifically this one, you really don't need the other one. But Dragonids for $22 is a really good deal. You do play one copy of this from most builds I've seen. So I mean, you could honestly build like a max ready Drytron deck for decently cheap. This one's at $13, but you don't need to play this. It's just not that good. I mean, it's not bad, but it's really not that good. This collector rare is $14. I might have to look into this because I do like this card's artwork. It'll probably never be relevant again, really, with I guess Invoked, but $14 is cheap. Okay, I don't want to scroll through all of these. These are down in price too. Might want to keep an eye on these. These have gone to 25 in the past, I believe, somewhere in that 20 to 25 range. $10 is not bad. So these are going for $4.50. Going bottoming out here to $6. I did mention to pick these up when they were around $3.50 to $4, but still not a bad price if you want to pick them up. You really only need one copy to play with, but you might want to order two just in case if you were going to keep the deck aside to play at some point. You just never know how it's going to adapt if we get more support down the line. But if you're going to resell it, maybe just 2 or 3 copies. Don't go crazy on it. But again, I don't know when we're going to get reprints for these cards. These collector rare sets are really weird. It seems like the reprints kind of come at the most random times. So it's really hard to predict when that reprint's going to actually come. But moving on to our last and final card here, Flunderies and the Advent of Adventure. Another card I told you to pick up. I think when I originally picked mine up, it was like $11, but it went down to $8 or $9 when I was like really pushing it hard. And it's back up towards $17, lowest, only 21 listings. And then bottoming out here towards 19 to 20. If you did pick it up for the 8 to 9 range, or even 11, I think you can go ahead and sell it now. I don't think it'll go up higher, but might want to keep at least a copy or two around, or if you want to. I mean, if you've already made your money, that's fine. Go ahead and sell it off, but just something to keep your eye on. Just wanted to let you know that this is up quite a bit in price. It could go up higher, just depending, but I don't expect it to go much past 20, just because I don't think people are going to adopt Flunderies, no matter what, really. It's just people don't really like the deck, for whatever reason. I think the deck's fine. I think it's cool, but that's just me personally. Also, I did see that Dragon Maids is potentially getting support and trains. But what they've released so far, it just kind of seems like it's technically Dragon Maid artwork, but it doesn't really have anything to do with the archetype. Like, it's like maybe you could use it in there, but it's not good. Like, you wouldn't play it for sure. But they haven't released all that's going to be in the set for Dragon Maids. I can't remember which set it is. It's an OCG set. But keep your eye on Dragon Maids. I actually, by chance, picked up a Dragon Maid core as well, all secret rare. Not all secret rare because they don't all come with secret rare, but the highest rarity you can for each Dragon Maid monster. Except for Chamber, I didn't buy the Starlights. I wanted to get the Starlights, but I was only comfortable paying like 300. And by the time I was like decided that I wanted to pick them up, they were already over 400. So I missed the boat. But the Kitchen Dragon Maids look gorgeous. I think all of them do in secret rare. Nurse Dragon Maid does have a ultra rare from the Lost Art, but again, the secret rare just looks so amazing. There's just no way I would play the ultra rare. But yeah, I guess that's a few things to keep in mind. We'll probably do a market watch soon to kind of see where the tins end up going. But other than that, there's not really too much more to be excited about right now. Just because we don't have a ban list. I'm definitely going to start doing a lot more videos when we get a ban list and we can start talking about the next format. I'm so mad that they did 2 ban lists in 1 month for Master Duel, and they can't give us 1 in the last 4 months. This is the longest period we've been without a ban list in like the longest time I can remember. It seems like usually it's always been 3 to 3.5 months max. And even sometimes earlier they would announce it like 2.5 months, and then it would become effective at 3 months. But it's got to be coming soon, so just hold in there. Is there anything else before we go? I think that's it. But oh yeah, I did want to say too, I am busy right now. Like but I will be finishing up kind of like this busy time at work at the end of the month. So regardless of the ban list, we'll be having more videos come out after a couple of weeks. But I will try to keep doing updates here and there. But thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.